Well, hello there, Aries. Welcome to Private Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about what is going on for the 9th through the 15th of March. I have the 3 cards in front of me from the overview video, and I have some messages from my better angels. One of them is to get involved with some self-care. I know that sounds a little funny, but at the same time, it's time for us to really step up to the plate and take care of ourselves. That can be mental health, that can be physical health, that can be new diets, that can be spiritual health as well. So get into what it is and what it means to you. And if you need to start something new, cool, get into it. And don't be afraid to start with something basic. We were talking last week about the fact that if you start with the same old thing, that's okay. You can start with the same old thing, but don't expect it to do exactly what it did the last time. You'll probably have to spruce it up or switch it up or change it in some way. And I think that that will be a benefit to you when you do make those changes. All right. And the next message we have is talking about how when we were staying in our own lane last month in February, which was really smart and very good for us, it was great. We kind of refocused and figured out where we were, what we wanted, and where we were headed. And like, okay, cool, here we go. Now we need to take that focus and go boop and take one little ear outside so that we can still hear. Like when I go walking, I'll wear one earbud so that I can always hear what's going on around me for my own personal safety, but I can also hear the story, right? So same idea. I think we need to keep one ear in and one ear out so that we can hear what's going on around us for our own safety and be better prepared to do some big reaction if we need to, or minor reaction if we need to. We don't want to be unaware, right? We just want to remain in the loop, and it's important for us to do that, and that's how we do it, is to just really stay focused in that way. It's going to be great, okay? Cool. We have a single card that we pulled for the theme for the month, and for you, Aries, we have spontaneous, which I really love because it's so very you, spontaneous. I mean, really, of course. This is showing a little witch, and she has this wolf at her feet and the moon above. It is really great. The owl, the wolf is howling, and it's making magic in and of itself. So that is really sweet. It's a spontaneous moment, correct? Whenever a dog howls, it's pretty much spontaneous. There's no clue that's coming. Unless there's sirens. That's just an opportunity for a sing-along. But so that's, it's important for us to be ready to be spontaneous and move into the moment as it comes, all right? So we are totally there. Excellent. Let's go ahead and look at the cards. These are the 3 cards we pulled for 9th through the 15th. And we have an opportunity now to add these cards to it. All right, so let's check out what we have now, all right? So for the 9th through the 15th, we are in that place where we are throwing away those limiting beliefs. We were talking about doing that last week as well because it came up for us. We need to pay attention. We actually have a double whammy on strength. This card here below it is the strength card also. So we have 2 strengths in a row for this week. We need to buckle up. It's going to get interesting this week through the 9th through the 15th of March. Things are going to be a little weird, a little intense, maybe. We may be breaking through barriers where people told us what we could and could not be or do this particular week. And it might even be we who told ourselves we could not do something. So be aware, we are pushing our own boundaries at this time. We might be pushing our boundaries, other people's boundaries. People are going to be reacting to what we can and cannot do, because people like to do that with Aries, especially. We tend to be the mirror for people, where we show them what they see. They're like, oh, and mostly they get jealous. Mostly people get jealous of what Aries do in the moment. They're like, what? How did they do that? And it's like, you know, they just did the thing that was needing to be done. They didn't sit around and talk about it for 3 hours. They just did it. And of course, what? The Fool. OMG. Could that be any more perfect and appropriate? You're pushing through all the barriers, you're being spontaneous, and you're leaping. Jeepers. My goodness. I just can't even see anything more profound and amazing. New beginnings, going through barriers. If you're going to go try something truly outlandish and wackadoodle, this is the time to do it. If you had thought maybe you were wanting to do something or whatever, this is the moment when you should do those things, right? If you wanted to do something really extreme, this is your time. You can make the leap. You can do something that you always told yourself, I'm never, ever, ever going to do that. I mean, for me, that would be skydiving in a heartbeat. I was like, nope, not going to do that. But this particular week, 9th to the 15th, is a moment when I might find myself in a bizarre situation where that would be a limiting belief I gave myself twice over, and then I did it anyway. Ah, oh my Lord. Okay, so that being said, that's just an example of the possibilities, but you can see how could be speech making, could be other versions of pushing an envelope. I will never be a person who cooks for big groups and puts myself out there that way. You might find yourself doing that. Anything that's outside your norm and scares you, you're going to be doing that this week, okay? Traveling across the country, maybe. Doing something like that is like, oh my, how am I going to do that? You're going to make it work. It's going to be awesome, okay? Cool. So what's blocking you, though? Financial balance. You're going to feel very financially pinched at this time. So be aware of how you're spending your money and what's going on, especially in the weeks leading up to now. You really want to tighten your belt, okay, Aries? The more you tighten your belt, the better prepared you will be for whatever this little project is, okay? Because I feel like this is outflow. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be outflow, and you're going to be like, oh no. So take a deep breath and do the best you can. Try to keep things, you're still going to have to spend money. That's what this card is saying, is no matter how hard you try to keep it balanced, you're going to have to spend some money. There will be an emotionally based male energy that will probably be standing in your way a little bit, saying something to the effect of, if you're not here by such and such a day, or doing this, that, or the other thing, I feel like you don't care about me. You're like, oh boy. So you know how Aries responds to people who do that sort of thing where they're like, if you don't do this, then I'll feel this. It's like, oh. Yeah, so Aries doesn't respond well to that, just so we're clear. Let me tell all the other signs who are listening to this, Aries doesn't respond well to that sort of threat, okay? Just letting you know. We do the best we can with our loved ones, but the ones, yeah, if you're on the periphery and you're throwing out things like that, you're probably going to lose. Sorry. And the other thing that's going on here, the Five of Swords, is showing that taking your power back in this moment isn't really going to be a very good idea. So if you have something delegated, leave it there for now. Okay, just for this week, I think you got enough on your plate. This is super big time stuff going on here. You are really pushing yourself outside your own box, and you're really going to have to keep the finances square, okay? As best you can, try not to spend it, all right? Don't spend it all in one place. But the Nine of Cups, yay. Your solution is your wishes being fulfilled. Everything you want, everything you desire, happening exactly as you plan it, or exactly as you want it and wish it. So, wish for more money. All right. This is everything coming out exactly as you planned it. This is like, okay, I am getting all the bits of news that are going to be helpful to me. This is going to be super awesome and great. Love this for you. This is going to make all of these efforts over here worthwhile. Whatever the big leap is you're doing is going to have all the accolades attached to it. You're going to be very much so recognized for everything that you're doing here. This isn't for BS. This is going to be for something big, and you're going to get it, okay? You're going to do the scary thing, and you're going to get the thing. So maybe You make the wedding cake for a friend's party and you're like, this is my first time making a wedding cake, da 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 da. Comes out perfect. People love it. People come and they're like, but we're getting married, will you make our cake? And then you can start making cakes and charging. So all of this is happening. All of this is happening, and it's going to be a step into a new realm. All things are changing. It's going to be amazing, okay? Three of Swords is showing up here. That you will have empowering information come to you that you won't want to share with other people. This might be part of what's going on here. Your wish is being fulfilled. You get new empowering information, keeping that to yourself. Very nice. Good deal. Very cool. And there will be a gentleman of like mind in the moment. So whoever this is, he's down to earth, he's easygoing, and he's just like you. And that's cool. So this person will be supporting you in the process. So this could be somebody who is supporting you through all of this, or at least there to acknowledge and applaud. Like, hey, I see you. I see you stepping through that horrible thing that you don't like. Good for you. And so you have somebody who knows you well enough to really appreciate how you've blossomed and grown and changed and evolved. This person sees you as this new evolved person. You're getting your wishes fulfilled, and it's super cool, right? Not this person. This is the emotional blackmail guy who's going to say, so we don't need to worry about this guy too much, okay? He's not going to be our big focus. He's going to be somebody we disregard or we push off to one side going like, huh. If you're really going to get yourself all worked up over something, if I can't do what you want, well, too bad, man. You really shouldn't be in my life. Because everything in the universe is not about you. All right? So let's go ahead and get you a message from the cosmos. All right? Cosmic Oracle cards. Let's see. It's that one right there. All right. Yep, it's about being discerning this week about who you're hanging with. You want to hang out with this person, but not this person. This person should be released from his wanting you to do what he needs to do, and you should just say, I'm not going to make it, sorry. Okay? Release yourself. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. Ha-ha. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. All right? So you're going to be getting some messages that are going to be a little bit more than you were expecting. Journal. Listen. Pay attention to the things that are being suggested to you by you. And be prepared, okay? Be prepared. Because if you can act on them quickly and easily, then it will be beautiful and beneficial, all right? So this is good stuff. Yay. Very nice. Exciting stuff. Good for you, Aries. Let's get you some rocks, all right? You need a pocket full of rocks to support you while you do all this. All right. Ooh, we have, malachite. We have yellow calcite. And we have aventurine. So, yellow calcite is all about your third chakra. It is the one that kind of regulates the third chakra and makes sure that things that as they come up, they're exposed to the light, and anything negative and useless gets burned off and then blows away like ash, and that's good news. Perfect. We also have malachite, which is the one who acts like a ground drill, right? It goes down deep down into all the serious feelings, emotions, and memories that we have, all of them stored carefully in our third chakra. At least that's how I was taught. So when you have strength times 2, all the limiting beliefs coming up to the top. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that. You are not going to be successful if you're ever like that. You know what? That's this guy doing his job. This guy here is going to incinerate that crap and poof, blow it away like ashes, right? Whew. Now, when all that stuff is cleaned up and clear, aventurine comes in, and aventurine is going to be your higher heart saying, hi, I have an idea. What if we try something interesting? What if we do something? Now that we have no limits, what would you do with your life if you had no limits at all? From yourself or anyone else, what would you do? Who would you be? What would you like? What would you not like? What would you try? What wouldn't you try? So maybe the skydiving is simply something I think of as something I wouldn't do because, you know, I don't have the money. And what if I had the money? That would be a limiting belief removed, and now presto, what would we do if we could? The truth is, I'm terribly afraid of heights and falling from them, so there's no chance of that happening. So ultimately, I want you to think about other things, though, in your own life and how you limit yourself. What do you tell yourself on a regular basis? Those things are getting blown away and wiped away, and all your own limiting beliefs are disappearing. So listen to your heart. What does your heart want you to do? Okay, here's one that's a little less far-fetched. Karaoke. I will never sing karaoke, at least that's what I keep telling myself. But the fact is that if I wiped away all this stuff that told me that I have to be on key and I sing terribly and there's no reason why I should ever do that ever, go away, and would I like to? Maybe. Eeks! Right? So terrifying, terrifying. All right. These are your stones for the month. Very cool. I see a lot of explosion-y stuff happening inside your heart, but you're winning. This is a beautiful winning card. You're going to be getting everything you want and everything you need, and you have support in the process. So super cool. I love this for you. So my goodness, Aries, those are your rocks, and if you want to carry those, that's great. And go ahead and leave me a note and tell me how that goes for you. If you don't want to carry those rocks, you don't have to. But if you want to carry something else, let me know what you got and how it works for you, okay? The other part, of course, is that if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It really helps my little channel grow, and it's totally free, all right? And I cannot wait to see you next week when we'll talk about the 16th through the 22nd, and I will see you then. Thank you.